What is up, guys? I'm Uriel Soto, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a product sales landing page just like so. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down here. Now you can use this layout basically for any product. All you have to do is just change up the colors, change up the product, maybe change up the floating coconuts here to whatever ingredients your product may be, or just don't even include them at all. Now this particular website here is just set to be a straight to the checkout, buy now, converting landing page. So basically, let's say someone lands on your website, maybe they view everything, maybe they don't, or they just want to buy it right away. They can click buy now, and then out here they can adjust the quantity that they want. Maybe it can be 5, and they can just go to buy now, and it'll take them straight to the landing page, straight to the checkout. Sorry. And you can have all these badges here just to really convert them, and you can create this custom checkout as well that I have set up on WordPress. Can you believe that? Pretty cool, right? So I don't have the payment method set up yet, but if you know how to do that, you can also do that as well. I do kind of briefly go through that, but there's plenty of videos where you can set up the payment method. But the main thing is probably the landing page and the checkout, right? So it's actually really cool here. And then they submit the order and they go to a thank you page, which I'll also show you how to edit the thank you page as well. So if you guys want to learn how to build this website, just go ahead and stick around and I'll be showing you guys how to do that. The first thing that you're going to need to do is make sure that we have some plugins installed. So head over to your dashboard, go to plugins, and then go ahead and make sure that you have cart flows, direct checkout, Elementor, and then Elementor Pro. So you might need Elementor Pro, but you can do without it as well, and I'll show you how you can do without it in the video. And you're also going to need Elements Kit Lite, Sticky Header. So you're only going to need Elements Kit Lite and Sticky Header if you don't have Elementor Pro. So if you do, disregard these two, and then you're going to need WooCommerce, of course. So if you want to just know how these look like, so cart flows, if you've never seen cart flows before, looks just like this. And then direct checkout looks like this. So, and then elements kits, it's just like this. And sticky header. I'm not really going to go through, installing these because I figured a lot of you guys already know how to do that, so I don't want to waste my time on that. So I'm going to go into appearance and themes. And the theme that you're going to want to use is Hello Theme by Elementor. I highly suggest using this theme. If you're not using it already and you already have a theme that's compatible with Elementor, then don't worry about this. So head over to pages, and in case this sales product landing page is going to be your home page, well, you know what, go ahead and just click add new and make the home page. But if this is just going to be a separate page on your website, well, name your landing page whatever product it may be. So mine's going to be home, and I'm going to click publish, and then I'm going to go into settings, settings and reading, and I'm going to make sure that it's set, the static page is set to my home page, and then I'm going to click save changes there, and then I'm going to go into my pages here, and then I'm going to go into my home page. I'm going to click edit, and then I'm going to go ahead and click edit with Elementor, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and make this. I'm gonna make this full width. Elementor canvas for now, but once we add our header in later on, we will go ahead and change that. Okay, so now that we have that set up, we need to go ahead and add our blocks. So click on that little file, the file icon, and head over to blocks, and we're gonna want to just set up our layout, our skeleton, whatever you may want to call it. So the first one is going to be our call to action. So let's go ahead and add our call to action there. And that one works. Some of them might be on the pro version, and I will show you guys alternative blocks that you guys can use. And then the second one is just going to be information about our product. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one here. This one is fine. And then the next one that I'm going to use is also the same call to action here. It's going to be, it will be this one here, We'll change it up later on to look like our actual product section. So we'll change that later on, what the buy now, the price, and all that later on. So click on this file icon again, and then the next thing that we're going to want to do is a newsletter. Have people subscribe to our newsletter. But if you don't have a newsletter, you can just go ahead and just use another call to action. You could probably just go ahead and use this one right here instead. But for the purpose of this video, and because I do have the pro version, I'm gonna just show you guys how to do it with subscribe newsletter. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. It should be down here. Let me see here. Where is it? I skipped it. Oh no, it's right here. I think I just saw it. Where was it? Oh, it was right there, right there, right there. There we go. So you're gonna want to choose this one right here. And of course, we're gonna go ahead and remove the footer here, and we're gonna leave this part. So we're just gonna leave that part there. We'll go ahead and customize that later on. So now we're gonna go ahead and choose our FAQs. So instead of searching for it, I'm gonna go down into FAQs here. I can just type in FAQs, but hey, we can just find it on here, no worries. I just saw it too, but we'll just click FAQs, and we're gonna go ahead and use this one here. And then under this, we're gonna use our we're gonna add a testimonial. So go into testimonial, and I'm gonna go ahead and use this one here. It is in the pro version, unfortunately, if you're not using that, but you can go ahead and use this one right here, or this one. Any of these two, however you want, or you can choose any of these other ones and customize it. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to go ahead and use this one. And then I'm just going to add our last section here, which is basically just a call to action. So call to action, and we're going to use this one down here. There we go. All right, so now that that's all set up there, we're gonna go ahead and just start on this section here. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on this section, and I'm gonna adjust the height of this. Make this a little bit small. Here. And now I do have my images already uploaded, as you can tell, and we're gonna be using this product here, which is just a cocoa cream product, and it's just a generic product that I grabbed. So if you don't know how to upload things, which I'm sure a lot of you guys might already know, you just click upload and then upload those files in here. I will provide these products as well down in the description, so you guys can download it and follow along. So the first image I'm going to use is this one here. I know that I have two of them, but this is the right one here. Now I'm just going to enlarge this. So head over to style, and then you're just going to want to adjust the width here, make it a little bit longer, and then the max width as well. And that's a good sizing for me. Now we just want to change the background here. So click on the section up above here, this light box, light blue box. And then head over to style, and then the background here, as you can tell, color. We want to go ahead and change this to white. And then now we just want to adjust these colors as well. So click on the title, or the text, whatever you may want to call it, the heading. Click on that, and then head over to style, and then we want to change this color up here. And we're gonna go ahead and change it up to this color. I already have the color saved on my on Elementor, but I will be providing a link to colors, which actually I think I might be able to go on there, and I might already have it set up. So let me see if I'm already logged in. If I am, then we can just go from there. And it looks like I'm not logged in, so I'm gonna have to log in here real quick. This is just a generic email that I use sometimes. And now we're just gonna go ahead and go into our color that I did set up for you guys. See if I can go ahead and find it here. Let's create a collage. There's some gradients there. Maybe it's on account. I have not used this in quite a bit, but I know I have it saved somewhere around here. Maybe it's going to be in generate. I'm going to probably have to select it from generate. That's probably where it's at. Yeah, it's going to be my saved ones right here. See here. There we go. That's where it's at. Okay. Okay, so the color that I'm using is this one right here. What you can do is just copy it and then head over here and click on your text color and then just paste it in there. So I'll have a link to this color palette here and you'll be able to use that there. And I'm going to also change this text as well. I'm going to remove this text that says to edit it. I kind of don't want that. I just want the lorem ipsum text there. And I'm going to change this color here in the style. Probably make it that same gray that I had. That'll work. Or maybe I'll just leave it a little bit lighter. Actually, that lighter one actually looks kind of good, so that's fine. And you know what? I'll go ahead and save this. And if you don't know how to save something, basically you just click the plus sign once you've added your color. And there you go. You can save that. So now I'm just going to change the title of this. I'm going to call this Cocoa Cream. And yeah, you know what? I will actually show you guys how you guys can capitalize those. So I'm going to call this Cocoa Cream here. And let's just not capitalize this so I can show you how. So if you want to capitalize this, you're going to go into Style, go into Typography, and then you're going to want to choose Capitalized. And that's going to capitalize it for you. Now we just want to change up the style of this button here. So I'm going to go ahead and go into Style. And my background color, I'm going to probably use this brown color that I have set up. And it's basically just this color here. So go ahead and copy this color and then just insert it into here. And you should be all set. And then just go ahead and click on the white. And now look at that. That looks great. Now we just want to change our hover effect. So click on hover. And our hover effect will make this black. Let's just move these around. Sometimes it glitches out a little bit. So there we go. Yeah, we'll go ahead and make that black. But you know what might be better if we have like a border instead. So let's remove this. We can either make the background white or we can just make it transparent. So I'm gonna make that transparent. The text, I'm gonna make it brown, and then I'm gonna add a border. Oh, sorry, that's a border radius. So where it says border type, click solid, and then make it about 2 pixels, and then choose brown here. Now if we hover over it, you'll see that now we have a border around it instead, right? It looks really clean. So I like how that looks. Okay, so that works for me. Now we're just gonna change this button here. We're gonna call this buy now, or we can call it shop now. But for this video, I'm gonna call this buy now. And for the link, I'm gonna want people to click on this, and I want them to scroll down to the product section here, where they can buy the product. Okay, so as I was saying, I want people to click on this button, and I want it to scroll down to the product section here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna make sure that you have the number sign right here, and then you're gonna add buy now, and just have those together, no spaces in between. Okay, now we're gonna work on the next section. And so go ahead and click on the section, and for this background, we're gonna go ahead and make this background gray. We're gonna do a light gray, so go ahead and choose this gray color here, and it's basically just using this gray color. This one right here is the one you're gonna want to use, so just grab that and copy it in there. And now we just want to go ahead and change out this product. So click on the phone there, click on the image, and then let's go ahead and use this one right here. And then let's go ahead and actually just a little bit smaller here. Right about this size should work. Now we just want to go ahead and change these icons here in the text. So for this first box here, what we're going to want to do is go ahead and change the icon. So I'm going to go ahead and use maybe a sun. I'll use this one right here instead. I'm going to add a primary color to this. I'm going to make this brown. And then I'm gonna go ahead and make the size. Sorry, the size is the one you want to adjust, not the spacing. Make that bigger. Make that about. That should work. Now I know this product probably isn't a sunblock, but I'm just gonna put I'm gonna put like 60 FPS. And I'm gonna go ahead and just remove this first text line here. And now I'm gonna go into content, from style to content, and then I'm gonna change this color here to brown. Sorry, not to brown, to gray. And then the description, I'm gonna make this probably a little lighter, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this one here. Oh no, that's actually too light, so we might actually want to go back to that. That's fine, let's just leave it at that. That works here. Then I'm gonna click on this one here, and I'm gonna go ahead and use a leaf. I wish I could choose a palm tree icon, but I don't think I can find one. If you guys can find one, definitely use that instead. So I'm gonna remove this text here, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and type in tropical, and then I'm gonna go into style, and I'm gonna change the color to brown. And then I'm going to go into, actually go back here, sorry, and let's just adjust the sizing of this. So that's fine. And now let's make the main color gray here. It should be fine. So now what we want to do, instead of just doing it all over on this box, we can just copy this and then paste the style in here. And then copy this one and then paste the style as well. So as you can tell, that's pretty much set it up. Except for we do need to make some small little edits here. Let's go ahead and remove this click edit button text. And you guys can change this to whatever you want. I'm gonna leave this as is for now because I think you guys kind of get the gist of this part here. So I'm gonna leave that how it is. And then right here is where we're gonna place our actual product that people can buy. So this will be like our buy now button, and then probably a little description about the product and the price, of course, and then the name. So I'm going to go ahead and switch out the product here, and I'm going to go ahead and use this image instead. And then I'm going to go ahead and just title this, and I'm going to call this pretty much what we've been calling it before, so just cocoa cream. And then instead of doing black, I'm going to go ahead and make this white. So I'm gonna make that white. I'm gonna make this text gray here. That's perfect. And then I'm just gonna remove this text right here. And then for the button, we can just go ahead and copy this button here that says buy now. We're gonna probably change this up later on, but but I'll be showing you guys how to do that. So now what you want to do is click on this button here, and then this text, and then right click it, and then click duplicate. Then go ahead and just add a price to this. So I'm gonna do about $15, and then I'm just gonna want to go into style from here, and then click on the typography, and then you're gonna want to just adjust the sizing. Probably just make it a little bit smaller. Whatever you may want to do for the sizing. You can also change up the color as well. Maybe you can do a lighter one. That's way too light. You can use red, which I kind of wouldn't, or even just brown, which I would actually just leave it at gray. I think that looks great there. And then we're gonna want to maybe space this out a bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the spacing from this section here, from this column. So click on the box here, or you can also right click these sections as well, so these columns, and just click edit column, and then head over to advanced, and then from your just do it from the padding. From your padding, make sure this is unselected, so you want to unselect it, and then from the left side, you're gonna want to just move it over a bit. Do pixels instead of the percentage. I feel like the pixels is better. It's kind of the same thing regardless. So have a spacing about like that. That's fine. And then you're gonna want to add a little box here. So go ahead and add. Actually, we can duplicate this. Let's duplicate this one here. Right click it, and then click duplicate, and then just bring this up above. And then maybe if you can put on sale. So we're basically just gonna add an on sale tag. And I'm gonna go ahead and go into the style and the typography, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make I'm gonna transform this into an uppercase. And then I'm gonna make this actually a little bit smaller here. Just like that, that's fine. And then go into advanced from this text box here, and then go into positioning, and then from the width, click on inline, and then we're just gonna want to add a background to this, and make sure you click on the little paintbrush here, and then go ahead and add a color to this, and I'm gonna make this color red. I know it does not look great right now, but it will once we change the text color. So now go back into style, and then change the text color to white. Okay, now we just need to add some spacing in there. So from padding, unselect this, and then add some spacing from the left. Let's do about 10 on each side, and then from the top, let's also do about 10 as well. I think that might work. Let's maybe about 5. No, you know what? About 8 from the top and bottom, and then let's go ahead and just adjust the edges there. So go into border, and then let's go ahead and add a border radius. So I usually do about 5. Okay, now that works perfectly. Now I might make that a little bit smaller here, so go back into style and then adjust the text, maybe make it a little bit smaller. And then let's go ahead and add some spacing. So go into advanced, and then from margin, click add some, but go about maybe 11 from the bottom. Okay, so now that works. And now as you can tell, there's too much spacing here. So click on the section itself, and then head over to layout, and then go ahead and adjust that minimum height. Make it about I think this works right here. This is a good height. That's fine. That works for me. Price, you can make it a little bit smaller if you wanted to as well. And then you can add a buy now. Now what we're gonna want to do, this part's very important, because we want our buttons, whenever they click, we want it to scroll down here to this product section. So click on the section itself here at the top, and then go to advanced, and then where it says CSS ID, you're just gonna want to type in buy now. And now what that's going to allow us to do is it's going to basically, whenever you click on this, it's going to scroll down to the product section, and it just makes it really smooth. So now that that's set up there, now we have our buy button. Now what you could do is set up the checkout to already have the product set on the checkout automatically, so people don't have to, you know, add this to the cart and then go to the checkout, or even just add a certain amount. But that's how you can do that, and I will kind of go into that a little more when working on the checkout page. Basically, you would just link the checkout page. You would just add the you know, website. You'd remove that and add like website name, whatever the website name is, .com/checkout, you know, and then you would just have people go to the checkout page, and the product would automatically already be in their cart, and they can buy it, right? That's one way of doing it, and I will go ahead and show you guys how to do that with the checkout page. But the other way that is very useful is, let's say it's, you know, you want people to buy more than one product at a time. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna have to have Elementor Pro for this. That's why I told you it's kind of important to have Elementor Pro. So basically, we can go ahead and remove this for now, and then you're going to want to click on probably add to cart, and Elementor is going to come with this one that already says custom add to cart. So just add that down there, right? And then you're going to want to show quantity. So you want people to add, be able to add a certain amount of quantity. Now you'll notice it says please set a valid product. Now we haven't set our product yet. We haven't even added a product to our entire website yet. So we can't choose a product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually leave this as is for now. I'm going to work on the rest of this, and then we'll go right back to this part, and I'll show you guys how to do that. So under here, go ahead and click on this section here, and then go to style, and we want to make this background brown, and go ahead and adjust the text and make it white, and then just remove this. The rest of this, probably the rest of this going down, is going to be a little faster. So go to style, because I think you guys already got the gist of it, and then make that white. And then now we just need to adjust our subscribe button. So this can be like subscribe to our newsletter, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to leave it how it is now. And then from style, I'm going to go into, I'm going to edit the field first, the styling of the field. And I'm going to change this to white. That's fine. See, this already works. Now the only thing I don't like, see, we could adjust the background, which you could do as well. You can adjust it just like that. And basically what they did is they chose black, and then they just kind of made it more transparent. That's basically what they did there. So now we just want to work on our button. And our button's going to be very similar. All we're going to do is just drop down the opacity a bit. Probably to like this, and that should work right there. And if you're wondering what the opacity is, I'll go ahead and bring it up again, and you can just go ahead and type this in, and you'll get the same opacity. Or you can just click black and then just bring it down to about right here. So okay, now that's set up there. Now we just want to do the facts page, the facts area. Click on this section. And then let's go ahead and make this background white. And then let's add some color to this text up above. Just make this gray. And we're going to leave that as is. That's fine. And then these boxes. So now click on this box here. And then go to style. Go to content. And then the background color, we're going to want to have this brown. And that's probably within the actual box. So you know what? Disregard that one. Clear it. I forgot that this one is actually, they're doing it from the box itself. So you're going to want to go to advanced, go to background, and you'll notice that it's black, of course, and we're going to want to switch this to brown. And then go back here to the style, go to title, and we're going to want to change the active color to white. and then the content, make the color white as well. There we go. And the icon here, as you can tell, there's a green icon. We're gonna want to change that to white. And there's a border around this, so let's go ahead and go to advanced, go to border, and we're gonna want to remove this border, so just click none. There we go. Now go ahead and just copy this and then paste the style, and then we just want to remove the spacing up above, so click on this, go to advanced, and then at the top just have it at 0, and then grab this, sorry, we just pasted it again, so just go ahead and undo that. You can just press Command Z, or I think it's Control Z on Windows, or you can click on the history and then just go right back. So okay, so now copy this one and then paste the style here, and paste the style over here, and there we have it. Now we're all set right there. Now for this section here, what we actually want to do is make this section gray. There we go. Okay, that looks good. Now we want to just make this text gray as well, just kind of a darker gray, and then click on this section here, this little box, I would say, sorry, this box section. Go head over to style, and then you're gonna want to go in a bubble, and on the bubble change this to brown, and now you see how that looks a lot better when it's brown there. And now you can go to content. Actually, you know what? I want to make the bubble, I want to add a border radius to that. So let's go ahead and do 5. Now that kind of goes more with our website. You could do that as well, just because the buttons kind of go. And you could also do this. You could also do the same thing with these as well. So click on the section, click on the box there, go into border, and then just add 5, and then there you go. And then you could just do the same to the rest of them. I'm just gonna leave it as is for now, but you can also do that as well. And now, if you did want to change up some of the content for this, for your testimonials, just click on the section there. Go to content, and then you can easily just adjust the text in there, so you can remove the whole CEO thing, which is something I would remove. So we can go ahead and just remove that from all of them. There we go. And then if you wanted to change up their images, just go ahead and upload a new image. Just make sure that it's a round image when you upload it, and make sure it's 400 by 400 from the looks of it. So now, if you don't have this section here, because I know that a lot of you guys might not have the pro version, just go ahead and click go into your blocks here again, and then just go ahead and type in testimonials. I'm gonna do this one really quick so you can just see how it looks. So yeah, I would just go ahead and let's pick a free one here. So I would just choose this one here. This one works. Okay, so this one here. So instead of having this one up above, what you would do is click on the section here, make this one gray, background gray, and then add a darker gray for the title there. And then just for those boxes, it's basically very similar as well. Go ahead and just make the box here, the bubble, make that brown as well. So you guys can just go ahead and do that instead, and then just change this one up to brown. So, and I think you even might even be able to do a carousel as well, but I'm not too sure about that. So you might want to see if that's on the pro version or not. But that's what you background types. Let's go ahead and just make this And then the button, we're gonna want this. No, you know what? Let's just remove the background here. Move this back. Actually, you know what? We can leave that there. We can make the text. Let's remove the background here and have it. And we're gonna make sure our link says buy now. No. And same thing for any of these boxes. Okay, so now for this part. Now we're just gonna go ahead and save this. And we're gonna go ahead and add our product here. So go into products, add new. I'm not gonna capitalize those, that's fine. And then I'm gonna, what price did I use? 15. Okay. That. Click publish. And then click on edit with Elementor. Down here. Now we got to do is just add our product. It's loading here, so. Okay, so click on this box here. Change this color of the text. Sorry, the background, and make that brown. Now we don't want a border on this, so but you know what, a border actually looks, sorry, border radius looks good too. That's fine. And then we want to just change the text here to read buy now. If we wanted to as well, so there we go. So now we have this set up, but there's just an issue. In order to shrink this quantity box, we're gonna actually need to click on this. Go ahead and click on this and head over to advanced, and we're gonna want to add a CSS class called buynow, and then we just need to add a custom CSS code, and I'm gonna be adding this one right here. I'll add this to the description of the video, so you guys can just go ahead and copy this and then just paste it in here, and you should be all set. Just make sure that your CSS class is called buynow, okay, and make sure it's set to this button here. And that's pretty much how you do that part. So now let's go ahead and click update, and let's go ahead and add some more styling to this. So what you could do as well, which I did do in some of them, you come if you wanted to, and then just adjust your weight a little bit, you know, and then just remove the gap here, and then you can just add that to pretty much all the titles. But this is entirely up to you. It is something more optional. So if you did want to bring this down a little more, just click on Advanced, and then go from the, I think it would be from and maybe add some spacing in between from the cell. So you can do that. Now that's just entirely up to you whether you wanted to add that or not. Now you can just move this to the center, maybe just make the but it's something more optional. But I'm not gonna add this here. I'm gonna leave it as is. I think that looks fine without it. But as you can tell, since it does go with my product, you would actually add it under one of these titles, but I'm not going to. Okay. So now the next thing that we want to do is go ahead and add some leaves, some coconut leaves to this. So I'm gonna probably add one up right here. So I'm gonna add a section here, and I'm gonna grab my image. I'm gonna make sure I center it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. This is the main one we're gonna be using. We're not actually gonna be using this one, so I'm not even gonna provide this in the download. And then we're just gonna go ahead and make this a lot smaller, probably about like that, and then head over to Advanced, and then from margin, I think it's gonna be from the bottom, you're gonna want to just go ahead and do the negative, and do about negative, from pixels of course, -70 should be fine. And now we're gonna just want to bring this up above, so you can either click on this section or click on the image itself, but since we're already on the image, you want to do that, just do it from the image, and then do the Z index to 2, and then that's gonna bring it up there. We can make this a little bit larger if we wanted to, and then bring it down a little more if we wanted to do that too. So I think that looks good. Alright, now we can just go ahead and copy this section here, and we can go ahead and paste this in some random areas. So I'm gonna go ahead and paste it in here, and it's just gonna bring it down at the bottom, you see. So that looks good right there. And then I'm gonna do the same maybe to this one here. Ooh, let's see, there is a spacing there, so you know what we want to do instead, this one actually, let's go ahead and remove the spacing there. So I think you're just gonna want to click on this, and then I think we're gonna want to just do this instead. You see that? And that's just gonna remove that space that we added on there, but we still want to kind of leave it. So, and I'm gonna go ahead and actually copy the style that I have here, and I'm gonna do the same thing to this one, because paste style. There we go. I think that's a lot better there. Now down here, I'm going to kind of paste that style as well. Except we still have, we got to make this gray though, the background there. You see, if we were to make that larger, we could see that we have that white in there. Now what you're going to do is just click on the section here, and then go into style, click on background type, and then make the background the gray that we've been using there before, and there you have it. You can bring this down a little more. Let's see if that looks a little bit better. Let's click on this, go to advanced here, and let's bring it down a little more. Maybe this one too as well. Nope. There we go. Alright, leave that there. Okay, that looks fine. Okay, that seems to work really nicely there. I'm gonna see if I can add this, because you can also maybe add this to the text if you wanted to. Right here, maybe you can go ahead and grab this and copy this and maybe paste it even in here if you wanted to as a styling, right? And then just kind of move this to the side. Maybe you could do that as well. There you go. So maybe have this like about, oops, it's probably gotta be from the bottom. There we go. Could do that there and then just move it all the way from the left. Just depends how you wanted to style that. Just style that. That's entirely up to you. Doesn't look that great, so I'm just not gonna do it actually. Oops. Totally removed the wrong one. Let's go back to history and let's go back here. And let's just go to remove that. I should probably delete the wrong one. There we go. Okay. That's fine. That looks great. Now let's just add our last thing here, which is just our floating coconuts, which I think that's just gonna look really cool. So just grab the image, add an image in there. Let's go ahead and add it probably right here. This will be our first coconut. Let's go ahead and add this one here. And then make it a little smaller here. And then go into advanced and then go into positioning and make it inline. And then the positioning should be fixed because we do want it to move around, and we're gonna move it over here. And we're gonna go back to style and we're gonna just change this to make this a little smaller. As you can tell, we have that coconut and that's gonna scroll with us, but the only issue is that it doesn't rotate while we're scrolling, right? It just stays still. It just doesn't really look that realistic. So make sure you click on the image itself and then head over to advanced again. Go to motion effects, go to scrolling effects, and then we want to have that rotate effect. So now if we scroll, you can see it moves now. But we could kind of want it to move a little bit faster, so let's do about 1.6. Now as you can tell, it does move a lot faster now. And I think that works perfectly there. Now let's go ahead and duplicate this one. Add it in here. Now let's add a different image. Let's go ahead and add this one here instead. And let's move this one about right here. And that will also scroll as well. That's perfect. Now let's go ahead and add the same one again. Let's duplicate this one. Oops, not that one. Let's duplicate this one. This is the one I want to duplicate. There we go. And I want to move this one down here. Maybe have this one. Oops, not that one there. Click on, leave that there. There we go. This one down here. And now that works. It's kind of too much. Can't even see it anymore. So let's grab that there. Still want it to be the same. There we go. So that works right there. Okay, that is perfect. Probably gonna make this coconut, this one, a little bit bigger. That's cool there. All right, awesome. Now we just want to do the same thing to this side. So what you want to do is, instead of just copying these and move it over, you don't want to do that. The reason being that it's gonna shrink the image. So as you can tell, it's gonna shrink it there. You see that, how it just shrinked it? Doesn't look good. So let's go ahead and bring that back there. And the reason being is that if this image moves anything further from this section here, because it is technically in this box, it's going to make it smaller. That's just how it works. So what you want to do is you want to add the new coconut, the other coconuts that are going to go on the right side to this box here. So add the image here, and then go ahead and choose your coconut. I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing. And now we can just go ahead and copy the style here. let's go ahead and we see if we could just copy the style. Now it's gonna move it to this side, of course, but I think, will it make it? Okay, it will. Okay, so never mind. Let's not do that. We're gonna have to just make this from scratch again. So go over to positioning, make this inline, and then do fixed. And then we're gonna want to move this over to this side. No, it's fine. I can make it smaller. It's cool. Let's see how much smaller it does make it though. Oh, you see how it just makes it really big? So we'll make that smaller. It's fine. And then let's just add our rotation in there. So go to motion effects. Go to scrolling here, scrolling effect, and then rotate. And then we're just gonna pick up the speed to 1.6, and then adjust the sizing here. Make this a little bit smaller because, as you can tell, whenever we actually get out of here, it's kind of bigger. So maybe a little bit bigger there. Okay, it's a little bit too big. But we can go ahead and move this down more to this side. Now, whenever you're doing these, you do want to be careful because I wouldn't suggest always using this because it is kind of glitchy sometimes. You can't really, sometimes it just depends on the screen size and everything. It could, as you can tell, it's a little glitchy. So it's something that Elementor has also mentioned is it is kind of glitchy. I mean, if you click on this one and you go to positioning, it'll tell you right here as well that it can be a little bit glitchy basically. So you do want to be careful with working with these. So I'm going to just move these more over here maybe. I think that might just be better, just so then they all seem like they're all kind of the same on each side, right? They have the same spacing amount. So I'm going to move this right here, and then I'm going to move this one. I told you these can be a little bit glitchy, so there we go. Alright, that's fine. Now see, that works. That also goes with this one here. And now I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so now I'm just going to duplicate this one. I'm going to bring this one down here. And I'm going to make it the regular coconut. And I'm going to go ahead and copy this one again. And I'm just going to move it down over here. Oh, down over here. Now these are a little bit bigger. So I'm going to space them out a bit more. And then I'm just going to make them a little smaller there. That one is, let's see, we can do about 53. I think we'll do 53 for all of them. So click on here, do about 53. And then 53 for this one as well. There we go. I know that these kind of do seem a little bit bigger though, but at least this one does. So yeah, it's just something you really need to mess with. Okay, so that works. That's fine. That'll work anyway. All right. Now you can see how on smaller screens it may start blocking it. So what you need to do is you need to just go into every single box here and go into advanced, and you're going to want to make the Z index 2. So you're going to want to make the Z index on this one as well too, so it could go in front of it. You can tell now it's in front of it, right? And if we were to scroll down here, you see the button isn't in front of it. But if we were to click on the button and go to advanced and go to Z index at 2, you can see now it is in front of it. So you're just going to want to do this basically for all of them that it's blocking, because for most screens it's probably going to have that issue. Now for mobile version, you probably don't want to be showing these floating coconuts because they're going to be just in the way. So just in case, you're just going to want to click on the, just in case they do show on mobile, which I don't think they should, but if they do, click on the image itself, and then go to responsiveness, and then just go ahead and hide it on mobile. You know, just hide each coconut on mobile. On tablet, it's fine; it could still work, but I would kind of hide it there too because I'm not too sure. Okay, so now let's just go ahead and mobile optimize this real quick, because you're gonna want to mobile optimize all your websites, right? So let's start with the tablet. A lot of this already going to be mobile optimized for you, so you don't really have to worry about that. So as you can tell, this looks fine to me. The only issue is I would probably make the height smaller though. So to make the height about that, I'll probably adjust this leaf here because clearly it doesn't even fit anymore. So I'd probably go like this. It's fine, and that's adjusted. You see, this looks good. This is fine, except for the on sale, right? That's huge. So on the typography, you're just gonna want to make the text a little smaller here, and that works. That works fine, and that works good. That works. A lot of this is already mobile optimized. That's something I really like about the blocks, is that it's just mobile optimized already for you. Sorry, it's tablet optimized, but you can say it's responsive. Click on the section here, and we're just gonna want to make the height a little smaller here. Now, something I did notice actually on the desktop, which nope, it's only on mobile. So as you can tell, it's this image is pretty small. So click on the image here, center it, and then head over to style, and then on the width, just make it a lot bigger, and the max width, make sure it's bigger as well. So now that looks way better. The spacing, we can probably add a better spacing now. So go back to the section here. You can probably add a better spacing. That works. And this button is aligned perfectly. This leaf, we might want to make that bigger. So let's just adjust the width and make it a little bit bigger. That works. That's fine. And this is already mobile optimized, except for this part here. I don't like the spacing. It's too close to this box here. So let's go ahead and click on this section here. Go to advanced. And then from the top, just make it about 40. I think 40 should work. Maybe even a little more, just because at the bottom you see there, it's kind of, the spacing is off. So, and then for this one, we could probably end up do some negatives. That's from the top. Sorry, negative, right? So we can bring it up a bit. There we go. And that would work. I'll do about -40 as well. 41. That, whatever those two may be, that's fine. For this one here, we want to make sure the text is to the left. So let's expand this box here, and let's add the alignment to the left here. Oops, let's click that again, sorry. And then align this one to the left, and align this one to the left. Maybe make the price a little bit smaller, and then go ahead and actually you can probably make it a little bigger, and then maybe make the title bigger. Actually, that might be better. And then the on sale, make the on sale smaller, and that works as well. Now we just need to make sure that this image here is at the top. So click on the section, and then go to advanced, and then on responsiveness, make sure you unselect this part if it's selected. And then same thing that we did above, just center this part, and then make sure that the max is probably a lot bigger. There we go. And then just maybe add some more spacing. Click on the section. We might need to adjust this the height here. That's fine. That will work. And then just as you can tell, the sleeve kind of doesn't really go right. So that's probably coming from here. And then let's just go ahead and adjust this because this thing is very off. There we go. Let's make the width a little bit bigger from here. Wonder how much more we can do. Let's see. Oops. There we go. That's perfect. That works there. These look fine. This one we might want to make a little bit smaller just because I feel like the text is too large there. And then this all works perfectly. The button is to the left, which is what I want. Testimonials are good. You can slide them on mobile. Now you can adjust these spacings as well. Just click on it and then go to advanced and then just adjust the spacing on this from the top if you wanted to have them more close together. Something you could do, but I'm gonna leave this how they are there. And then I'm gonna click update, and I'm gonna go back to the desktop version. And now let's go ahead and actually view this. As you can tell, it's looking really good now, right? Looking pretty cool. So now what we could do is we can add a header up here that just kind of floats down whenever we scroll as well. And this header isn't going to have, you know, your basic home email, home and other pages and then your logo or whatever. It's probably just going to have a title, contact, and then a button that says buy now. And whenever they click that button, it's going to scroll down here. Okay. After we're done doing the header there, we'll focus on the actual buy now to checkout. So I'm going to make the header really quick. Now, if you're using Elementor Pro, go ahead and go into templates, go to theme builder and theme builder. So I'll just show you. Go to theme builder, go to add new, and then click header, and then make your header there. And if you're using Elements Kits, if you're on the free version, or if you're using header footer plugin, just go ahead and create a header. But if you're using Elements Kits, click on my template, add new, and then click on header. Okay, header, name the header, save it, edit content right after, and then you'll basically be pulled up to the same thing that I'm going to be doing with the Elementor Pro. So click add new. I'm just going to go ahead and do this real quick. Basically, once you're done doing that with Element Kits or any other free plugin that allows you to create headers for Elementor, you'll be set up here where you can create a header, right? And Elementor does come with some custom, some pre-built templates for you, but we're not going to be doing that. So add a section. Just go ahead and make it about, you should have probably made it 3 sections in the beginning, but that's fine. And then let's go ahead and our title is going to be right here, and then our button is going to be right here, and our other subtext is going to be right here. Okay. So I'm just going to drag these in there. I'm going to grab the text, put it in here, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab my button. It's a little larger here. Grab my button, I'm going to put it in here, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab my text again, and I'm just going to paste it in here, or you can drag and drop it, and I'm going to call this contact us. And then this button is going to be called buy now. Oops. Buy now. And then I'm going to make sure I have the number sign right there. And then I'm going to put buy now. So then when people click on that, it scrolls down to the buy now. So first things first is I'm going to adjust the background. So the background, I'm going to click on this section here and then go into background type. And then make sure that you style it with this gray color here. Use this gray, okay? It's a same gray color that we've been using on the website. And then let's add some spacing to this. So just do your padding to which one you want to do. From the top, maybe bring it about 12. From the bottom, do about 12 as well. I think that looks good. And then click on this column section here, and then go from layout, click on middle. And then that's fine. I mean, this text works. You can add whatever text you want. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to leave it as is for right now, but you can add whatever headline you want. Maybe I'm going to click on the section to the right. I want to make that works as well. Anyway, okay, so we can leave this green. Now, you can tell that goes with our website. Let me show you mobile optimized. I do have a bunch of videos on Elementor. Okay, that works there. And then do this one about 30. Sorry, not 30, maybe 40. Oops, now it's gonna have to be 50. There we go. Header. So click on the section. You can do sticky header effects if you're using the plugin. If header effects, you can just do you can click on the section here, and then you see where it says sticky sticky. Just click top. Go ahead and actually, and then make sure actually for what you want to do, very important here, is go back to this one here, your main page, and make sure this is and you'll probably end up seeing our header now. Now this part's super important, because if you don't do that, you're not going to have your header there. So it would go straight to our product section here where people can buy it. Now that's all set up there. Now I did want to explain this part really quick. Probably confused about the mobile version. So on the mobile version, if you were to, when you scroll, you'd see it scrolls down this entire thing. But I probably only want it to scroll down these. Go to advanced, go to responsiveness. On mobile, just make it invisible. That's fine. But before you make it invisible, duplicate this one and then make this one invisible on mobile. Version. And now you know what? This might work better. Let's go ahead and do this actually. So click. Then you don't have to do both. Make these columns invisible. Okay. That works. And then on here, you're not even going to need this. Here, go to motion effects and just turn it off on mobile. And then make sure that this one here is on is definitely on definitely set to mobile. And then do the same thing with us. It's just gonna give you this heading here. So that's pretty much how you would set that up. And let me show you how it looks like on mobile. So you can go to expect, and then we want to make this sizing a little bit. There we go. All right, so now here, as you can tell, whenever we scroll, and don't worry about the spacing up here. It's only doing that because I still have the WordPress bar there. Look at that. That looks amazing. Now, whenever people click on this, they're going to go down to the product. So, all right. So now for probably the most important part, to be honest. And if you're, you know, if your header is blocking this, just bring these down a little further. Which actually I could do right now while I'm at it. Can't probably seem to grab the other one. Let me go ahead and make that full width canvas and then just bring it down. Okay, so now I'm just gonna bring this one down all the way over here. Probably, oh, not this one. Bring this down a little further just in case. Don't want to be doing that twice. And then just click it a full screen and then update there. There we go. There we go. So now that works. That's fine. We can adjust. You can adjust these later on if you wanted to. Okay, so now the next thing that we're gonna need to do is go ahead and set up our checkout page here. So as you can tell, whenever you click on the buy now, it's gonna say either you know, this page can't be found, or it's gonna take us to the cart page, right? Which we don't want it to do that. We want it to take us straight to the checkout page. So what you need to do is head over to your dashboard, and then the first thing that we need to do is set up our checkout page. So go to cart flows, and then click add new, and you're gonna want to use this one right here. Click import. Okay. So once this has imported, go ahead and click delete. And then go ahead and just name this. I'm gonna call this the checkout page, whatever you may want to call it. Not really that important. Click update, and then on your edit, you can edit the checkout page. And then you see where it says checkout page, just remove this part and make sure that your link here, because this is going to be your /checkout, right? Make sure this reads I keep getting notifications there. Okay, so make sure this says checkout here, and then go ahead and click OK. And then, so for those of you that don't have the Elementor Pro and you just wanted to send people straight to a checkout from clicking that button, like how I talked about earlier, this is where this comes in. You basically just choose your product, you type it in, you put in the cocoa cream, and now whenever people click on the buy now button without the quantity, it would just be a regular Elementor button. They would go to the checkout and automatically the product would be added to their cart. So that's how you would do that. But for this video, we're not going to be doing that. So now we just want to go ahead and edit our checkout page. So that's fine. It's already popping up anyway. I was going to click update, but I think it's still going to save anyway. So now click update there. Okay, so now here you're gonna have your checkout page already set up. Now this is basically where your checkout information is gonna be at and everything. But now we have this other information that we can edit. So I'm gonna just remove all of this. I don't need all of this. Basically, just need a heading here that says checkout, and I need to just change the background. So you can add the product in here. So what we can do is add an image, or just replace the image that was there. Add this one here, because that is our product right there, right? And then you can add the description of the product being added. You can add a little description about it and call this, you know, cocoa cream, right? Because this is a product that they're adding on here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and remove this, you know, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and move this to over, and I can leave that text because that's what they're adding. Now, instead of having cocoa cream, if you don't want to do that, you can actually have two sections. You can bring this one. You could do is duplicate this. Make sure you remove the spacing from the bottom. Probably do about 20 at the bottom. That's fine. And then just remove the background. Make this gray, actually. Make this like a gray color. That's fine. And then the text for this, go ahead and do our gray that we usually do. So that's a product that's being added right now. Up here, instead of having this part even there, we can actually remove this here. You might even, you know, we could do even just add it up here, and then all together actually just move the entire thing. We don't even need that, to be honest. You can have that there, and then just have this say checkout. Go in here, make this uppercase, make it pretty big, and then make the text white. And then probably you can have some spacing in between here, so maybe do about like 70, right? And then let's change the background to actually go with our website. Make this brown. There we go. So now we have that there. That's all set up. So it just depends how you want to adjust this. This looks fine to me. And then even just right above the checkout, you can have badges as well. So I definitely highly suggest you have some badges. So you can do an icon box, and then you know what, do an icon box instead, not an icon. Do the icon box here. You can do that. I would add the sections here, and then add one here. I'll just duplicate these, and then just duplicate these and duplicate these, and then I'll have a bunch of them, right? So basically what you would do here, and this part's just going to be very quick, it's just to you know, just to have some assurances that, you know, they'll be getting their shipment, everything's safe, secure checkout. So I'm going to put secure checkout, and then I'm going to change the logo to maybe, you know, put like a little lock, right? Put a lock there. I'll adjust those in a bit. And then right here you can put like shipping, just do a truck. Type in truck, and then you can type for the title like fast shipping, or, you know, 2-day shipping, or whatever it may be, right? And then over here you can put like PayPal or something, you know, whatever you're using, PayPal, or, you know, whatever that may be, right? Because it's secure. And then you can just type in PayPal and have like the PayPal, or you can even have a credit card that says Pay or Apple Pay or whatever, you know. And then you can just have these little badges here, and you can go ahead and maybe adjust the text here, just the logo, and then go ahead and adjust the text size, the typography. Do that. Maybe you want to actually change the color of this, make it brown, you know, and so you could just do that to all of them. Just go ahead and paste a style in there. There you go, you know. And then maybe you can even add a border around this one. I don't know. Let's see, you can do a little border around here, you know, maybe add a 5 radius, do gray or a light gray, maybe just a very light gray, and then, you know, you can have your little box there. You can add, maybe have some spacing above, you know. Oops, it'd actually be padding, sorry. It'd be padding here, and do about 19 as well at the bottom here, and then go ahead and just paste a style to all of them, and bam, there you go. So you can have that there, you know. Just make sure that, you know, people can trust your checkout, right? And then you can have a footer down here. If you do want to add a header or footer, you're gonna have to add it within this section here. So you're gonna have to add your footer down here, and if you do want to know how to do that, I do have a video on that. But basically you can just edit this section here, and then just, I would actually remove this entirely. Add a you know, section here, make it about probably 2, and then have your have your your copyright text here, and then your terms and conditions and privacy on the right, and you can go ahead and set that up. So let's go ahead and click update here. Actually, just for this example, I'm just gonna get a template here just so I can show you what I'm talking about whenever I say that, so you're not confused or anything. So basically what I meant was this one works. This one right here. You can add your little footer. Obviously you don't want to have all this other junk right there. You just want to have this part, right? A copyright, and then right here you'd have your terms and conditions, right? So terms and whatever, terms and privacy, terms and whatever. You can just have privacy, actually. Privacy, and then put a slash here, and then just have like terms and conditions or something. So that's what you would do there. And then basically right here have 2020, probably your website, put my website. Oops, my website there, whatever that may be. And then update this. Let's actually go back because I forgot to change the main color for the checkout. The main color for the checkout should be brown. So let's go ahead and grab this brown color here. And I'm going to copy this color here. Just make sure you do that. Grab this brown and copy it. And then head over to your make sure you do edit this, and then from your go into checkout design, and the main primary color you're want to make this brown. Okay, click update, and now go back into your section here. You can go back right here. And now the next part would be to edit your thank you page, which this part is just going to be very brief. So this is basically after they check out, they land on this page and it tells them their order details and everything. So you can just adjust this real quick. I would just go in here and change this background, remove this text. You can add whatever text down here if you wanted to. And then I'm just going to remove this, and then I'm going to make sure that this icon color is white, and that's it. And then I can add the same footer that I added last time to our checkout under here, and their order details are going to be found right here once they order. So thank you header could, you could put whatever you want on the heading. Put thank you, your order is being processed, whatever title you may want to have on there on the thank you title. So that works there. Now let's go back to our flow here. Now we just need to make this primary checkout. So you're going to go into settings, and then down here you're going to want to select a global checkout, and we're going to choose the one that we created. So click save changes. Okay, now that's all set up there. Now if we go to the checkout page, we'll still have an issue, but I want to show you how to resolve that. So now let's see, if we go to the checkout, so you can see now that it goes to the product page, right? It's like we don't want it to do that. We wanted to go to the checkout. So go into settings, go into your permalinks, and then make sure that you have it set to post name. Yours might be set up right here to plain or whatever. Set it up to post name. So then when people go to the checkout, it says /checkout, now /cart flows or whatever, and then /checkout. So make sure you have it set there. And then go ahead and go over to pages, and we're gonna want to make a checkout. We're just gonna want to add a checkout page. Now add page, call it checkout, but this one doesn't really matter. You just have to do this because of WooCommerce. It needs to have a page. So I'm gonna call this checkout 2, or you can call it default checkout, whatever you may want to call it. People aren't going to see this page. Very important though, you're going to want to make sure that the link to this says checkout 2. It cannot just say checkout, because then it will interfere with the other checkout page. So we just have to do this because of WooCommerce settings. So go into settings, go into advanced, and then right here you're gonna want to select your checkout to. Now they are not gonna go to the checkout to. They're gonna go to, it's gonna redirect them to the checkout page that we made. So you don't need to worry about that. And now if we go on here, oops, visit site. Now if we go on here, you'll see that it probably won't go there to the checkout page still. Oh, and it does. So the reason being it did right away and it worked for me was because I previously set it up and I totally forgot about that. So well, what most likely happen is go to WooCommerce and then go to direct checkout. This is the most important part, because for you it probably didn't do that. For you it was probably set like this. This is how it was set up. Let me go ahead and just remove this and just add it to the default settings, right? So, and then I'll show you basically what probably happened to you. Most likely you try to click buy now and you probably notice that. Oh, okay, well it's working anyway. It's for some reason it's working, but I think it's just because the settings are still intact. But basically what you need to do is head over to your WooCommerce from direct checkout. Make sure you disable the cart and you have enable single page checkout enabled, and then make sure you enable redirect on add to cart. That's very important. And then click redirect to custom URL, and then this is basically where you add the name of your website. For mine it's an IP, but whatever, it would be like my website, whatever the website is, .com if your website .com, and then just put slash checkout, and then this should take you straight to the checkout page, right? Since we've already set it up within, let me open up another tab here. I'm telling you, can't stress enough how important this is, because a lot of you guys might have issues with this, it not going straight to the checkout. So on the edit, when you click on edit, you see that it says slash checkout, right? This is why this is very important, because it will go there. So that's why you have to have it set that way. But for my example, I'm using my IP, so not my IP, but my server's IP. So now that's all set up. So now I'm going to go back in here. And now people can click on buy now, and then they can click on, okay, well, I want to add, five of these. I want to order 6 of these, right? And then they can go here, and then you'll notice they'll have, I have 15 because I've been adding it a bunch of times to my cart already. And now you can see this looks very nice, very secure checkout, right? You can have more badges, whatever you may want to have. You can even add the badges to your sales landing page as well, under your product section, and then you can place an order. But you do have to set up your payment, right? Now, if you don't know how to set up a payment, there are plenty of videos that will show you how to set up a payment. I would suggest using PayPal, or you can use I think you can use, what's the other one, Stripe. So I would honestly have you get Stripe. Stripe is a lot better. And it's really cool because people can add their credit cards in the checkout page. They don't get redirected to PayPal or all that. But basically it would be in here in payments, and it already comes with their default PayPal, so you can set up a PayPal account. Go ahead and set up a PayPal account, and then enable the PayPal standard, and then add your receiver, your PayPal identity token, which you can get within PayPal. There's plenty of videos on how to do this already. So I'm not really going to go too much into it, because I just wanted to show you guys how to make a product sales landing page. And I think I about covered everything that I could. But if you guys are having any difficulties on any of this, just feel free to comment down below, and I'll try to help you guys out as much as I can.